Welcome back to the channel, and on this episode, I'm going to take you through a little bit of a process of creating your own dynamic logo. This video was inspired by commenter Apprentice Otaku. Shout out to you, sir. He suggested that I actually take you through the process of creating one, maybe some ideas on how you would apply it. So this is what this video is going to do. So for this video, I decided to take my own brand, my own CreativeBobbie B, and the hexagon that I kind of use to kind of house it sometimes, as you may see in pointed right, yes, in this quarter of the video there. So I decided to take that and kind of see what could I do to make it a dynamic logo. So I use a hexagon because hexagons are indeed the bestagons. Also, I use it because 6 is my favorite number. I decided to make it dynamic, and it was inspired by, I use different Adobe programs. So I think it'd be cool if I had a dynamic logo system where it kind of highlighted each of the programs that I use. And in this video, I used Illustrator and I used Photoshop. So yeah, let's check it out. So I first opened up Illustrator and then found the Illustrator file for my logo system and then put that into the artboard. And then I took the illustration that I did that you might be seeing as my avatar, and I took that self-portrait illustration, and I had an idea of kind of making that my personal version of the dynamic logo within, and house that within the hexagon. So I kind of played around with that and then adopted the colors from my illustration and then used a clipping mask so that it would only show the parts of the illustration that could be housed within the hexagon. Then I adjusted the B and then turned the B white just so I would know how that would fit and how that would look as far as making that my dynamic logo. And from there, I of course realized that I kind of went backwards. And so pro tip, when you're trying to make a series of dynamic logos or versions of the logo, make sure that the shape that you want, you define that first. So then when you want to apply certain things within the solid space, you can do that much more easily. I kind of did it backwards there. Now in the Photoshop file, after discovering that, I made sure to establish the general shape first. And then I went ahead and decided, hey, what else can I do to apply a dynamic feel to it? So first I did the gold texture. So I found some gold texture and kind of used a layer mask. So I command selected the layer mask that I already established on the previous layer and then just applied that. So that basically just layer masks basically say, hey, this is the part of this layer that's going to actually be visible. So after the gold, I played around with different dark shadow and stuff like that. But then I went to a photo of myself that is currently my cover photo in Facebook, and I kind of used that and see if I can apply that within the same context. And then I added some color. I adjusted the brightness and contrast, but then I also put a gradient on there and colorized it to, make it a little more dynamic and a little more interesting. And so there you go. Those are 3 different ways that I made the same logo dynamic. So, and this has helped because having a simple shape and having a simple mark means you can manipulate it in many different ways. Well, that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And let me know in the comment section down below which dynamic version was your favorite. What other ideas do you think I should try out with this? And remember, as you go along in life, teach as you learn and inspire as you do. See you next time.